And now all I have to do is import the media from the library, which was just a storage bin for the new media. So I'm going to import the media from the library. Okay, and all I'm going to do is grab this thing and I'm going to drag it. I'm going to drop it. I'm simple country folks, so I like easy little solutions. So notice this is a 10-minute video. It's under 10, which is great because it's under 15. And I've got myself a new untitled CAM project. Now here we go. I'm going to file and I'm going to save this project as. Now notice I have an intro project, but that intro project was 20 minutes long. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it's a project, you can tell by the icon. I'm going to call it the intro project, but notice I already have one intro project, but I'm going to do intro project. This is just going to be part 1, because remember I have 2 parts out of this one project that I'm uploading. Now remember, my intro project for the bamboo was only like 5 minutes long or 7 minutes long or something like that. So I'm not even going to worry about editing that one, right? I only want to do this if I take a long video and start cutting it up into smaller videos. I'll show you where I've done that in YouTube here in just a sec after I get both of them done. All right, so I'm going to save it, and I have myself, notice, intro project part 1. All right. Again, if I go down here to ClipBin, I want to show you, remember where ClipBin, when I made original videos or original media, it would get stored in the ClipBin. But because to make this project, I grabbed media out of the library and I didn't make it. This was edited media that I had pulled out of the library. There's nothing in my ClipBin because your ClipBin holds the media that you actually made, not that was edited. We don't panic. Remember, that's why we put all of our media in the same folder, because Camtasia is going to point to that folder every time. So I got intro project part 1, and then I'm going to open, did I say, yeah, I saved this, so I'm going to do a new project. I'm going to go to my library and I'm going to grab intro part 2. I'm going to stick it in here. Look at that. This guy is 10 minutes and 51, or yeah, 10 minutes 51 seconds long. Notice it's still untitled. I'm going to go File, and I'm going to save the project as. And this guy is going to be intro project part 2. Now, some of you may be able to find a more parsimonious way to do this, where I'm not creating 3 different projects, intro project part 2, intro project part 1, and then intro project, where intro project is the original long project that I made. This works for me, and it's an easy way to parse longer videos up into shorter videos so I don't have to mess around with YouTube. Now let me show you what they, real quick, let me show you what they look like on YouTube. See, what I end up doing is, for example, 12.4, I think this was the demoiselles, I think. When I upload them, I just do Calculus 12.4 part 1, Calculus 12.4 part 2. The students have a textbook from which they work. Notice Lagrange error part 1, Lagrange error part 2, because this thing was longer than 15 minutes. See how that works? And my students were not real happy with this. Pre-calc 12.3 part 1, part 2, and part 3. So they had, what, 25, 36 or so minutes of content that they had to get. And there was no easy way for me to do that. Well, I was forced to do it in 3 separate videos to keep everything under 15 minutes. Okay? All right, so that's a really helpful little skill to be able to do that, and you'll do that in class as well. All right, so that's a brief little introduction in terms of a big challenge that I ran into when I first started using Camtasia and using the video capture software. So I'm going to get in the next set of videos, I'm going to get into a little more specifics that are real germane to the things that I'm doing with my classes. In fact, I'm teaching a 3-week summer school course later in the summer, and I'm going to show you how to sort of tweak your videos so that you can use them for different classes and not have to remake new material every single time. So I'll meet you in those sets of videos. All right, see you soon.